Human traffickers do not always kidnap people off the street. Sometimes they offer hope. They promise jobs, visas, and a better future. They study people's struggles and use those dreams against them. Imagine leaving home in search of a better life, only to discover that every step forward is taking you deeper into a trap. This is the story of Morgan, a young Nigerian man from Rivers State who returned home after working in Dubai. Back in Nigeria, life was difficult. He struggled to provide for his family and children and was desperately looking for an opportunity to get back on his feet. Then one day, a familiar face from his past reached out with what seemed like a perfect solution. A Chinese company was looking for an online marketers. The offer sounded legitimate. A monthly salary of $1,300, a work visa, and a paid flight. After a FaceTime interview, Morgan was told he has gotten the job. For Morgan and his family, it felt like a breakthrough. They talked about paying bills, saving money, and creating a better future for their children. But when he landed in Thailand, things began to feel strange. A driver picked him up from the airport and took him far from the city. Then came another vehicle and another. Soon, he was climbing mountains, crossing rivers, riding motorbikes through remote terrain, and walking through dense forests in heavy rain. Now, the journey lasted nearly a full day and night. What Morgan didn't realize was that he had crossed into Myanmar. At the end of that journey stood a fence compound, guarded by armed men. The promised job never existed. Instead, Morgan was forced into an online scam operation targeting victims across the United States, Europe, and other parts of the world. Every day, workers were required to meet strict quotas. Failure meant punishment. The punishments were horrific. Victims were beaten with wooden planks, shocked with tasers, forced to perform exhausting physical exercises, and locked inside tiny dark cages for hours. Morgan witnessed people suffering broken bones, permanent injuries, and unimaginable abuse. Then came the moment he says he will never forget. His roommate, Obinna Okado, struggled to meet the camp's demands. After repeated beatings and torture, Obinna collapsed. Morgan tried to help him, but there was little anyone could do. Obinna died in his arms. That tragedy changed everything. Morgan and several others secretly began collecting evidence. The guards woke them up one morning and ordered them to pack their belongings. They were escorted back through the forest and rivers they had crossed months earlier. Volunteers from Eden, Mayanmar met them and helped them reach safety in Thailand. Now, even then, their struggles wasn't over. They spent months in overcrowded detention centers, waiting for the chance to return home. Today, Morgan shares his story as a warning to others. Human traffickers do not always kidnap people off the street. Sometimes they offer hope. They promise jobs, visas, and a better future. They study people's struggles and use those dreams against them. Morgan survived to tell his story, but many others did not. And perhaps that is the most important lesson of all. When an opportunity sounds too good to be true, verify everything. Ask questions. Contact the embassy. Trust your instinct, because sometimes the difference between a new beginning and a nightmare is a single decision.